What if ancient symbols held the key to unlocking your spiritual path today? From forgotten hieroglyphs to sacred mandalas, these age-old emblems are more than just art. They're profound messages waiting to be decoded, offering practical guidance for your modern spiritual journey. Join us as we unveil their hidden meanings and reveal how you can apply their timeless wisdom. Imagine finding hidden messages encoded centuries ago, specifically for your spiritual growth today. These aren't just pretty pictures. They're profound communications from ancient civilizations, designed to guide and illuminate. Prepare to look at ancient symbols in a whole new light as we expose their secret language and show you how to integrate their power into your contemporary life. Throughout history, our ancestors left behind messages, carved into stone, painted on cave walls, etched onto papyrus and temple doors. Were these symbols merely art, or keys to a forgotten language of the soul? Today, we embark on a journey to decode the whispers of time, from the spirals of the Celts to the hieroglyphs of Egypt, from the mandalas of India to the runes of the Norse. Ancient symbols have carried meaning far deeper than words. They were maps of consciousness, bridges between the seen and unseen worlds. And the question we must ask is this: what were they trying to tell us? Unlike words, symbols bypass the logical mind and speak directly to our intuition. A circle, for instance, is more than a shape. It represents eternity, wholeness, the cycles of life. A triangle points not only upward or downward, but towards the balance of spirit, body, and mind. Our ancestors knew that symbols are a universal language, one that doesn't age, doesn't divide, and doesn't need translation. Take the Egyptian Ankh, often called the key of life. It symbolized immortality, union of the masculine and feminine, and the eternal breath of the gods. When held in ceremonies, it was more than an object. It was believed to channel divine energy. In every temple wall, every hieroglyph, the Ankh whispered a truth. Life does not end, it transforms. The spiral, found in ancient carvings across the world from Newgrange in Ireland to the shells of nature, represents evolution, expansion, and the journey inward. It tells us that time is not a straight line, but a cycle, looping endlessly, guiding us back to wisdom we may have forgotten. Science now tells us that shapes and patterns can influence energy, thought, and even matter. Sacred geometry, such as the flower of life, encodes mathematical truths of creation itself. Could it be that ancient people understood reality in ways we are only beginning to rediscover? Symbols are not relics of the past. They are living guides, still speaking if we choose to listen. They remind us that we are part of something greater, threads in a timeless tapestry. So the next time you see a symbol, whether carved in stone or appearing in a dream, pause, listen, and ask, what is time whispering to me right now? Across every culture and every age, humans have shared one unshakable desire: the search for meaning. We've always wanted to understand who we are, where we come from, and what connects us to the greater whole. Ancient symbols emerged as bridges, ways of capturing the ineffable truths that words alone could not contain. They weren't just pretty pictures carved into stone or painted on walls. They were potent communication tools, designed to transmit knowledge, energy, and wisdom across generations. Think of them as a kind of spiritual technology patterns that carried both story and vibration. A symbol could connect the initiate to their ancestors, to the cosmos, or even to the divine itself. And perhaps that's why, even today, these same symbols can stir something deep within us, awakening memories, emotions, and insights we can't quite explain. They remind us that we are part of a vast and timeless conversation. Ancient symbols were born out of that longing. They weren't mere decorations or primitive artwork. They were powerful communication tools designed to carry truths too vast for words alone. A spiral etched on stone wasn't just a design, it encoded the rhythm of life, of birth, death, and rebirth. A star carved into rock didn't just mark the sky, it aligned human beings with the heavens. These images became vessels of connection, transmitting not only information, but energy, linking the initiate to their ancestors, their community, and the cosmos. And even now, thousands of years later, these same patterns can awaken something deep within us. They speak to the universal human heart, reminding us that we are part of a timeless story, one that is still unfolding. What if these symbols are not just relics of the past, but keys to our present struggles? The ancients carved their wisdom into stone, not only to preserve history, but to guide the future through what they experienced. In their spirals, circles, and sacred patterns, they encoded truths about harmony, balance, and transformation, truths that echo the very challenges we face today. Just like you would journal your daily living, in a world where many feel disconnected, anxious, or lost, these symbols invite us back to wholeness. They remind us that life is cyclical, that endings are beginnings, and that we are part of something larger than ourselves. When we meditate on them, wear them, or even simply notice them, they can awaken insights we didn't know we carried. It's as if they were designed to reach across time and whisper, "The answers you seek are already within you." Perhaps the greatest mystery isn't that these symbols have survived, but that they still speak, calling us to grow, to awaken, and to remember. At first glance, the Eye of Horus may appear to be just an ancient emblem of protection painted on tombs, carved into amulets, and worn as jewelry. But like so many ancient symbols, its meaning runs far deeper than the surface suggests. In Egyptian myth, the eye belonged to Horus, the sky god, and was torn away during a cosmic battle. When it was restored, it became more than just a physical eye. It became a symbol of healing, wholeness, and vision beyond the ordinary. The ancients understood the Eye of Horus as a gateway to inner sight. It was not only about guarding the body from harm, it was about awakening spiritual clarity. To wear or meditate upon this symbol was to remind oneself to look beyond appearances, to see with the wisdom of the soul. Its geometry even encodes fractions, mathematical symbols representing parts of the whole, teaching us that true vision requires integration, the union of body, mind, and spirit. So when we see the Eye of Horus today, we're being invited to open our own inner vision, to protect not just our physical path, but the clarity of our spiritual journey. Another potent symbol is the Ouroboros. The Ouroboros, the serpent eating its own tail, is one of humanity's most powerful and mysterious symbols. Found in ancient Egyptian, Greek, and alchemical traditions, it represents the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth. At first glance, it may seem simple, a circle formed by a serpent, but its meaning is profound. The Ouroboros teaches that endings are beginnings, that destruction leads to creation, and that transformation is not linear, but cyclical. For the modern seeker, the Ouroboros is a reminder that growth requires both letting go and renewal. It asks us to observe the patterns in our own lives, to release what no longer serves us, and to embrace the continual evolution of self. Meditating on the Ouroboros can help us navigate transitions, understand repeating patterns, and see that even challenges are part of a larger, purposeful cycle. It whispers, "Life is eternal movement. Every ending carries the seed of a new beginning." Next, let's turn to the Tree of Life. Few symbols capture the fullness of existence like the Tree of Life. Found in cultures across the globe, from Norse Yggdrasil to the Kabbalistic Sephiroth, this symbol embodies not only growth and interconnection, but the very unity of the cosmos. The roots anchor us to earth, grounding our physical being. The trunk represents our personal journey, steady and resilient, and the branches reach outward and upward, linking us to the heavens, to spirit, and to the vast web of life that connects all beings. The Tree of Life teaches that no part of existence stands alone. Every action, every thought, every breath ripples through the interconnected web of the universe. It invites us to see ourselves not as separate, but as integral threads in a greater tapestry. Meditating on this symbol illuminates our connection to the cosmos, our communities, and the cycles of creation. It whispers a timeless truth. We are part of something greater, and through growth, awareness, and alignment, we participate in the unity of all life. It's one thing to admire these symbols as relics of the past, but their true power comes alive when we live with them. Symbols are not just to be studied, they are to be experienced. One simple way is through meditation. Choose a symbol that resonates with you: the Ankh, the Eye of Horus, the spiral, or the labyrinth, and place it before you. As you breathe slowly, let your gaze soften and rest on the shape. Don't analyze it. Let it speak directly to your intuition. You may find new insights, emotions, or clarity rising from within. Another practice is visualization. Close your eyes and imagine yourself stepping into the symbol. Walk the labyrinth in your mind, or hold the glowing Ankh in your hands. Feel its energy, notice what arises, and journal your reflections afterward. Symbols can also be woven into mindfulness. Wear them as jewelry, sketch them in your journal, or even place them on your altar or workspace. Each time you see the symbol, let it serve as a reminder to pause, breathe, and reconnect to the deeper truths it carries. When we integrate these ancient images into our modern lives, they become more than history, they become allies on our spiritual journey. Quiet guides, whispering to us across time, reminding us that wisdom is always close at hand. Throughout history, symbols have been carried not only as sacred images, but as personal talismans, visual anchors to focus intention and guide action. When we choose a symbol consciously, it becomes more than a design. It becomes a mirror of what we are calling into our lives. The Eye of Horus might serve as a reminder to trust your inner vision. The Ankh may remind you to honor your vitality and embrace transformation. The spiral may help you accept growth as a process, not a straight line. The labyrinth in particular offers a powerful tool for navigating today's challenges. Imagine facing a difficult decision or feeling overwhelmed by life's complexity. Instead of rushing to a quick answer, picture yourself walking the labyrinth. Step by step, you move inward, shedding distractions, doubts, and fears. At the center, you pause in stillness, listening for clarity. Then, as you walk outward again, you carry that insight back into your daily life. This simple practice can transform uncertainty into alignment, reminding us that every twist in the path has purpose. By working with symbols as talismans, we give form to our intentions. They become touchstones we can hold, wear, or visualize, reminding us of who we are becoming and guiding us through the unfolding journey of life. While ancient symbols may have been carved thousands of years ago, their study is far from a forgotten art. In fact, a growing number of modern mystics, scholars, and seekers are breathing new life into these timeless patterns. Online communities, forums, and study groups have become digital temples, places where people from around the world gather to share insights, experiences, and practices. From courses on sacred geometry to meditation circles that focus on specific symbols, the wisdom of the ancients is being reinterpreted for our time. Social platforms and virtual spaces now hold conversations that once took place only in hidden mystery schools. Here, seekers trade ideas, artwork, and personal stories of transformation sparked by working with symbols. In this way, the symbols themselves continue to evolve, living on not just in museums, but in our daily exchanges. And this is perhaps their greatest gift: symbols unite us. They transcend language, religion, and culture, reminding us of the shared human quest for meaning. By joining these communities, we become part of a lineage of modern mystics, adding our voices to an ancient chorus that still echoes today. Today, the power of ancient symbols extends far beyond meditation or study. People around the world are personalizing them, etching them into tattoos, incorporating them into art, home decor, and even daily rituals. Each symbol becomes a unique reflection of the individual's spiritual journey, yet it remains part of a greater, collective story. This trend reminds us that the pursuit of meaning is not solitary. While each person's path is unique, the symbols we carry connect us to a lineage of seekers stretching back millennia. A tattoo of the Ankh, a painting of the Tree of Life, or a carefully placed labyrinth on a journal becomes a bridge linking our personal story to the timeless wisdom of the human experience. In personalizing symbols, we participate in a shared journey of discovery. We honor the ancient intention behind the images while making them relevant for our own lives. Each choice, each expression, becomes a conversation across time between the ancients, our communities, and our own evolving consciousness. Ultimately, this practice reminds us, symbols are not relics of the past. They are living tools, guiding, connecting, and inspiring us as we navigate the modern world. Now that we've explored the Eye of Horus, the Ankh, the Labyrinth, the Tree of Life, and countless other symbols, the question is, what speaks to you? Every seeker's path is unique, and the symbols that resonate with one person may differ for another. What shape or pattern calls to your intuition, your curiosity, or your heart? Once you identify your symbol, begin your own exploration. Meditate with it, visualize it, wear it, sketch it, or carry it as a talisman. Let it guide your attention, your decisions, and your growth. Notice what insights arise, what clarity emerges, and how it anchors you in your daily life. Remember, this is not a solitary journey. By sharing your experiences, joining communities, or simply observing how these symbols appear in your environment, you are connecting to a living lineage of seekers, modern mystics, carrying the whispers of time forward. So, take this step. Choose your symbol, engage with its energy, and allow it to illuminate your path. The journey has already begun, and the wisdom of the ancients is ready to meet you wherever you are. As we've journeyed through the countless symbols woven throughout human history, one truth becomes clear. These images are not relics of a forgotten past, they are living guides for our present and future. Each symbol carries wisdom, insight, and energy that transcends time, offering us tools to navigate life, awaken our intuition, and connect to something greater than ourselves. They remind us that transformation is possible, that growth is cyclical, and that we are never truly alone on our journey. By engaging with these symbols through meditation, art, personal practice, or community, we step into a dialogue that spans generations. We honor the ancestors, illuminate our own path, and inspire those who will come after us. So, take their whispers seriously. Let the Eye of Horus guide your inner vision. Let the Ankh ignite your vital energy. Let the Labyrinth teach you patience and presence. And let the Tree of Life reveal your interconnectedness. Ancient symbols are not just history, they are invitations. Invitations to awaken, to evolve, and to embrace the fullness of life. The wisdom of the ages is calling. Are you ready to answer? Until next time, Universal Consciousness signing out.